You don't have to set yourself on fire to keep everybody else warm. And I got some thoughts on that. I think a lot of times people set themselves on fire to keep everyone else warm. That's not your responsibility. That's not your burden. Self-care, self-love, self-appreciation, it matters so much. And I think a lot of people think of it from a selfish point of view. But the truth is, it is a selfless point of view, because once you step back, you realize that you should have never have set yourself on fire to begin with. You start asking yourself, well, why am I on fire? Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel drained? Why am I burning myself up? Why am I killing myself? Just to keep everybody warm. Y'all gotta go and pick up some logs too. You gotta go and start some fires. We're in the wilderness. It's cold. Life is hard. You gotta go get some wood too and chop some wood and put it in the fireplace. It can't just be me. But a lot of times, especially as people who are spiritual, connected to God, you set yourself on fire for people. You really set yourself on fire. You forget what you need in this life, You forget all about yourself. You forget all about your health. You forget all about your mind. You forget all about your soul, You forget all about caring for yourself. It's not your burden to carry. Everybody is responsible for keeping themselves warm. Unless you are a baby or you are an elderly. And in between those seasons, you'll meet people along the way that could give you a lesson. They could give you a prayer. They can give you some hope. They can give you some motivation. But they can't do the whole damn thing called life for you. So why are you trying to do that for other people? Why are you trying to be everything to everybody? Man, I'm still struggling trying to be everything to myself. That's a journey. That's something that takes time, man. You got to understand, people will use you if they can, I used to do it too. I used to come to school, I ain't had no pencil. But I know who always had a pencil. Yasmin always had a pencil, man. Shout out Yasmin. Always had a pencil. Always had a pen. Always had some paper. Always had supplies. I know that girl was annoyed with me. Every class, you got a pencil? You got a pencil? You got a pencil? You got a pencil? Or my girlfriend, she'll come out of class just to give me a pencil. I'm like, babe, you got a pencil? I'll text her. I don't got no pencil. You got a pencil? Listen, man, everybody's responsible for coming to school with their own supplies, bro. And it's not your burden to make sure that everybody got a pencil. All of a sudden, you give out all your pencils. Nobody returned it to you. And now you don't got no pencils left. You don't have no pencils left. You don't got no pen left. You don't got no paper left. You don't have nothing. They done robbed you like they robbed a bank. You don't think about it that way though. You just think I'm helping. But helping the first time is pretty huge. Letting people know what they supposed to be doing. Hey, I'm gonna let you borrow this pen for the one time. After that, you on your own, buddy. But we don't do that. We abuse the same very people that help us along our journey to get things done. And we think that they're always going to be there until one day they say, I don't have an extra pencil to give, or I don't have an extra pen to give. That's something that we have to really understand. You don't have to be in a position where you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like every day you giving a pencil. Like, come on, man. I hope that was a good analogy. You gonna look up. You're not gonna have nothing left. Oh, but I'm just trying to make sure that everybody got a pencil, and then when it's time for you to write your thoughts and your dreams down, you don't got it because you focused on everybody else. You making sure that everybody else is good. Well, what is their responsibility? These ain't your children. You know? These ain't your children, and this ain't the elderly, man. And if somebody's on a tough season of their life, like I said, help them out if you can, if you have the capacity to. Help people out. Love thy neighbor like you love yourself. Help people. That's how we change the world. You help people, and then people notice that they were able to get help. So now when they do better, they're going to give help to others as well. And it's a beautiful chain reaction, but they can't get better if you become a crutch for them. They still got to learn how to walk on their own. They still got to learn how to do things on their own. They still have to learn how to lock in on their own. They still have to learn how to keep themselves warm. You know, that's things that they have to learn. Those are things that they have to do. You can't do everything for everybody, and you can't be everything for everybody. As much as you want to be, or as much as you want to do that, it's not possible. It's not possible, man. So now you start to look at, okay, what is possible? Well, it's possible for me to help you in this area, but it's not possible for me to help you in that area. You can still be pure-hearted, but you also just recognize what you're capable of doing and what you are not capable of doing. You recognize how you're capable of helping and how you're not capable of helping. And it's as simple as that. The beautiful thing about life is that life is long. You know, life is not short. It's not as short as we think. Like, it's short, but it's also long. And you're going to continue to evolve and get 1% better each day. Not just in this outer world, but also within. You want to make sure that you're surrounded by people who know how to get themselves back up, people who know how to suffer, you know, people who know how to take care of themselves, people who are also on a mission of getting 1% better each day in the outer world and in the inner world. And if they need help, they're not afraid to call on you. But they shouldn't be calling on you to do the inner work that they need to do. Like, it's up to them to keep themselves warm. You can give them a hoodie. You can give them a blanket. I'll even say give them the shirt off your back. There's love, there's peace in knowing that somebody else is warm and healthy. However, don't forget about yourself. If you give somebody the shirt off your back, make sure that you got at least one more shirt to wear. I think a lot of us give, and the sad thing is we don't receive anything back in return, and that's okay. That's not actually sad. But it is sad in a sense if somebody's using you and they're not appreciative of the things that you're doing. You don't want to get used. You don't want your resources to just be used to people who may not be appreciative or grateful of the help that you're giving them. Now, you'll still be happy because you know that you did the right thing, or you know that you still did something positive, for sure. There's still joy in knowing that you're helping people, but it's sad when people are not appreciative or grateful, because we know how big of a practice gratitude is. Gratitude is huge. Being grateful for your life, being grateful for the people in your life, it puts things into perfect perspective. It makes you look at the the bigger picture of things. So, take care of yourself out there. Make sure that you take care of yourself out there. Peace.